Teams, both sides, more you think would cancel each other out a lot because Sakala, Walia, Mwanga and Mudenda will be in the middle of the four, and up front is Daka and Martin Pirium. And of course Daka is with the national team, called up for the national team, and he will obviously not need to just make sure that fans are happy with that occasion. There are two captains, Kasonde, very experienced former Zambia national team player, and the way he's playing right now, wouldn't be surprised if at all he's eventually called, if at all he keeps up his performance. One player who is with the national team is Donashano Malama, jersey number 6 in that lineup. Agri Chiengi has had a marvelous start to the season, topping the Zambian league, but had a bit of a blip when they lost to the Green Buffaloes by 3-1, emphatic beating there. But they won't want that to happen again. So you can see this. I don't think the coaches had really a lot to say about this particular game where pushing is concerned. Anderson Piri is the man who has taken over from TC. He was his assistant, but now he's the man in charge. Kennedy Mudenda has since found form and is in the starting lineup all the time. Janice Ikazwe, FIFA referee, is the man between on the center of the pitch, and rightfully so. We kick off here at Nkana Stadium. Is the El Kopala Nkana Football Club up against Power Dynamos. Power in the yellow. Kelvin Mubanga, former Nkana player, in position right now, tries to go past Chungu. In fact, it was maybe Ntishimba who just pushed the ball out so quickly. Taken here. They're already in the 18. Kelvin Mubanga there trying to turn Martin Piri rather, but he's dispossessed. Joseph Musonda hits it to his own player. And now they're going quickly here in Nkana with Freddy Chimenge, and it's a cross comes from Walter. Goalkeeper fails to get contact. Opportunity already here. He push it wide. Good tackle there from Magdaf Chungu. So, as expected, the game is on fire here, Mukamwenda.
Most certainly, and Freddy Chimenge noticed the gap in the sleeping defense of that Power Dynamos outfit. He runs and he just puts it in the pocket, where of course he's looking for a running piercing, so to say, from Simon Walia and of course Gili Manziva, but it didn't come to.
Corner comes and it bubbles up and it's cleared eventually, only just to take it wide in Nkana, but it's a bit too much. It goes out for a throw in. So Power maybe will breathe again here because just a minute gone and there was a lot of pressure coming from the home side.
A lot of pressure indeed, and when that corner kick was taken, Power settled a little bit. They will be looking to probably just string some passes and try to push the ball forward.
Chungu does a good job there, easy on the ball. Pushes forward, Muntali makes a pass. And they take it wide. Walter Wale opportunity, was just looking for the tap, but looks like he was offside.
Most certainly, Walter was offside, but it's interesting how Agri Chiengi has set up this Nkana outfit, deciding to put out all his S's obviously out, because you've got Gili Manziva, Simon Walia and Walter Walia. Those three on any given day can be starting players for any team in the league.
Well, it looks like there was a foul there by Martin Piri. He doesn't seem to understand what could have happened. But the town of Kitwe has definitely come to a standstill, if not the rest of Zambia, because rest assured they're glued on this particular game now. Good header there, but it was on-rushing Freddy Chimenge, but Chungu does a good job now. Kennedy Mudenda now. I like to call him the disc man, but he's dispossessed, and now coming forward with Chungu. Cross comes in, Walter almost going for the overhead, but Francis Kasonde, good positioning as they clear Power now, but only just again Joseph Musonda back to sender. And that 18 again is Walter, making a nuisance of himself, and they take the ball out for a throw in.
Well, first corner kick going to Nkana. They're really putting a lot of pressure, especially on the flanks with, of course, Walter Walia and Chimenga Freddy there. So it will be the first corner, and they tend to make a nuisance of themselves from corner positions.
Spread wide and nicely done here for Power. Nkana, they cross it. Muntali, but had the ball going out. No, it is still in, and eventually does go out for a throw in. So Christopher Muntali has expected his cue to go forward whenever Nkana will have those corners or very close to corner throw ins.
Him and Donashano Malama obviously do have that towering possession when they go into the final third. They tend to obviously control play from the aerial dominance.
Martin Piri, tackle by Joseph Musonda, well timed here, and it goes out for a throw in. So Martin Piri will know that he has Joseph Musonda by his side.
Joseph lacks obviously in pace, but has a lot of experience, and he gets the ball first and the man second. Hence the yellow card doesn't come through from Giannis Kazwe.
Kennedy Mudenda now wide to Kelvin Mubanga, dropped into the middle. And the push forward with Govenda Simwala. Looks for the 1-2, gets it, and is now about to bring in the cross. He beats his marker, but it's fouled in the process by Fred Shimenge, who has trekked down to help out with on maybe Chishimba's position.
Govenda Simwala will be obviously pushing the flanks, looking to provide play for Patson Daka and Martin Piri. And this is definitely going to be a very explosive game. Dynamos supporters, they're expecting something from this one.
Just about a cross is supposed to come here now. And Govenda Simwala is about to take this. We've got two-man war in Nkana Football Club. Cross comes in, heads go up, but it's actually Musonda who cleared. Lariwala with the left, just wide. They need to cover him. He's got such a left foot.
Denny Love put great contact with the ball. He looked for precision and placement, but unfortunately he was always drifting away. It's headed out obviously by Joseph Musonda. Lariwala hits it inch perfect, and the goalkeeper didn't know what was coming his way. Frederick Mwanza, that ball was always going into the corner, but unfortunately it just went wide.
Well then, what a chance that Lariwala holding his head. He knew how close that was, and it just needs that kind of sniff now. Power again will clear their lines. But they take it out in Nkana now. Power again will throw. Lariwala was playing deep, and he leaves it for Lawrence Chungu to take. Quickly takes it now. Martin Piri. Little 1-2, Kennedy Mudenda now in possession. Martin has gone down, holding onto his foot. Something, I think he was stepped on when he was making that cross, but it's Chungu. And the referee, well, allows for play to go on. Chungu turns well. Chimenga, Sangabalete, Chungu on the flank. Again, just going, and is not being marked. Finally, nice tackle there. The referee blows, but he claims to have taken the ball.
He definitely got the ball from where his sort of pattern is, but unfortunately, the referee realizes that he got a little bit of the man. Brilliant play from Lawrence Chungu.
But that was brother on brother, though, it should be said.
Most certainly, McDuff Chungu and Lawrence Chungu there.
Muntali clears. Chungu now the younger of the two, but Power now is Kennedy Mudenda. He's looking for a pass here. He makes it, but a bit too much, and they failed to stop it with Govenda Simwala. Power fired up for this one.
Govenda was always second best in that pass. I think it had a little bit of power on it. Well, Power will be looking to utilize their flanks.
Pushed by Francis Kasonde on water while a foul to Power Dynamos. It's just about 16 minutes gone, but literally a lot of action already.
Well, this is the man who's expecting to be giving problems to the Power defense, and of course the likes of Francis Kasonde will have to really pay attention, and in that instance they did obviously do so, but it was deemed an infringement.
Joseph Musonda to take this, chips it in there, looking for again Muntali, but again it's badly done.
Nkana have been very wasteful with set plays. Muntali is obviously running towards the end. It's probably something they've practiced in training, but I think they can do better.
So Martin Daka and Joseph Musonda in your picture earlier on, that duo will be happening a whole lot now. Jacob Ngulube, Guli Maziba, very difficult man, and it's brought down though. Referee plays advantage still because it's Power now in position. Benson Sakala, Kelvin Mubanga, that tackle there though, but it's allowed, and it's Kennedy Mudenda wide now to Chungu, brings in the cross, bumps it forward, literally goalkeeper though, safe hands of Derek Mwanza. The change in goalkeepers of Scott Nkana got himself carded in the last game against Buffaloes. So that change though, could it be worrisome for them?
It should be worrisome for them. He's the third choice goalkeeper, obviously, Mwanza there, and he needs to just pay attention. He'll be hoping to get cover from his defense. Talking about defense, they need to pay attention in this particular
instance. Just about going in, the goalkeeper makes a save. Bubbles up a bit, but eventually he does get it. And that was really, really close there from Jacob Ngulube very smart about it. Walter Wale brought in the cross. Ngulube's deft touch. Goalkeeper recovered very, very well there and made that save by Alan Chiwe. They make a cross, but it goes out. So throw in, so Power Dynamos surviving there. Walter again. Francis Kasonde does a good job. Larry Waller, one touch. Kelvin Mubanga. Martin Piri now under pressure. Joseph Msonda wins it again.
He's dropping too deep, Martin Piri. He needs to be slightly up further because he needs to be in that pocket.
Takes the ball back, and again Jacob Ngulube. Nice to see him on point today. Can be a collector's item easily on certain days, but today, the last couple of games we've watched him has not really been on top, but today I think he's equally fired up for this. Christopher Muntali now in his own half, he pushes it forward. Simon Wale brings it down. Simoala again wide. Francis Kasonde back to his goalkeeper. Obviously cannot touch that, and it's being closed down by Walter Wale. Goes out for a throw in. Quickly taken now. Easy on the ball there from Mabin Chishimba. Take it wide, and Guli Maziba again in possession. Kennedy Mdenda back tracking to help out his defense.
It's only been 10 minutes played, but both teams are all over the place because I'm not seeing the tactics. They need to calm down and settle down and probably just exchange play.
Yeah, you wonder at times about tactics, whether they even observe them. They really don't want to lose this, do they now?
But the atmosphere is just perfect, and of course, like you mentioned, the Republican president is here, all the fans are out here. You've got brother versus brother. It's really the biggest derby in the country.
Now it's an opportunity though for Nkana again to just throw that one into that 18 area, and Christopher Muntali, as always, the tallest player on this Nkana side, is up there already. Oh, they leave it for Danashano Malaman. They shoot from there, but it was being closed down though very quickly by Benson Sakala. Joseph Msonda slips a bit but recovers. Larry Wale brings the ball down. Jacob Mulenga in the middle now fighting for that. Jacob Ngulube rather fighting for that. Larry Wale again to Benson. Wide, it's Kennedy Mdenda. And Kennedy again to Patson Daka. And makes a mistake. Ngulube, one touch. Kind of playing well. Maziba has come on this flank now, so it means I've exchanged. Or not, it's still actually Chimenge to Maziba on that end there, but it's a bit too much, and it goes out for a throw-in to Power Dynamos.
Fast-paced game, obviously it might lead into some mistakes. Then really need to relax both teams here, because we're not seeing anything in terms of combination of play to take it in front and see something. But hey, it's obviously very good for the neutral player, neutral fan, because as far as they're concerned, this is the action that they want to see.
End-to-end stuff, this surely, but it goes straight to the goalkeeper. Frederick Mwansa to his defender Joseph Musonda has seen a lot of such huge games. Remember, played literally all the games in the AFCON, but for that injury against Ivory Coast that saw him out, he was in tears as he was being substituted for I think it was Nyambe Mulenga who came in for him.
I mean, when you're playing games like that, it's like a cup game, you really need to wear your heart on your sleeve. It's about heart. And this is what derbies are about as well, a lot of heart. Every time Gili Manziba gets the ball, you can hear the crowd going like, Gili, Gili. So he just lost concentration there, unfortunately for him. But cometh the hour, cometh the man. We'll wait to see who will stand up for both teams.
Chungut with that throw there, but Simon Wale, BZB in the middle there. Benson Sakala, considered by many to be one of the most promising holding defenders for the country. Oh, goalkeeper comes out there, Frederick Mwansa, and heads the ball away under pressure there. His defense was nowhere to be seen.
His defense has a lot of things about them, but they really lack in pace. So he really needed to react there, and he came out a little bit dangerous, because if that ball was just put on top of him by Kennedy Mudenda, I would have been talking about something else.
So, really can't tell which team is on top here, because it's under pressure here. Shoots. What a blockade from Joseph Musonda. And the youngster there was just pulling the trigger. Patson Daka had an opportunity, should have probably hit it on a snapshot, but he hesitated a little bit, hence the cover from Joseph Musonda. This is about heart. You need to put everything in it. Joseph Musonda there, very good timing, and right in that 18 area, but went for the ball and made that clearance. Huge encounter this. Just about 15 minutes gone in this first half here. It's the El Kopala Nkana up against Power Dynamos. The local derby like no other here as Nkana come forward. Walter Boyle has dropped deep. He crosses into that 18 area, heads goal. But they will clear their lines. Larry Walia. Little touch there. Looks for the 1-2 pass on Daka. Gets it now. Kelvin Mobanga is playing deeper. And he's got Jacob Ngulube for company. Kennedy Mudenda back to Chungu. To Kasonde. Looking to just play it forward, but the goalkeeper there, Frederick Mwansa, has shown that he's very alive to any ball that's hovering around his 18 area.
I mean, if you're playing second fiddle to anybody, when you're given a chance, you really need to stand up and be counted. So here's an opportunity for him, because Nkana are not using their normal goalkeepers.
Cross comes, and it's blocked again.
Kennedy Mudenda being a nuisance, obviously, this afternoon, really coming out and showing that he has to really push. But the spirits are very good in this game.
Okay, again, it was Joseph Musonda who actually cleared that one. It's going to be a throw in here. And it's seemingly going to be a very long one, this, and it comes in that 18 area. Goalkeeper comes on and easily collects there, Frederick Mwansa. Oh, Otawalia there under pressure, but he's claiming to have been pushed. Let's try to talk to the referee, Yanis Sikazwe, and Sikazwe will have none of that. So Alan Chibwe there just gets rid of that one. He's now playing ahead of Joshua Titima. What does that say about Alan Chibwe's form?
Well, like they say, men and women lie, numbers don't.
Walter Boyle dropping deep. Wide again, pushing going on. Sandwich, he goes down, and it's a foul definitely there.
Kilimanziwa, very physical, very pacey, and he has a lot of heart. If you see him, you would not think he has that pace with him.
So then the foul there from Power, just sandwiching that man, Kilimanziwa, who has really been terrorizing the last couple of games, and I think he equally is fired up for this one. One of the international players for Nkana Football Club. Now looks like Chungu's going to bring that cross. Pensive looking, maybe in Chishimba actually on the ball. So this one goes into the back of the net. Here the roof coming down, heads go, but it goes high. It was actually Benson Sakala who just cleared that one for a corner.
Great communication, obviously, between Sakala and his goalkeeper, Alan Chiwe, because Alan was shouting, but Benson realized that I'm not going to leave it up to chance. An opportunity for a corner. McDuff to take again.
McDuff with the corner. It comes in. Swinger here. Muntali just needed to put his head on that.
His positioning was not very perfect. He needed to move from the back, moving into the center. He was moving diagonally, so it didn't really help him much. This former Power Dynamos player, Muntali, and of course, Power who start with their goalkeeper, Alan Chiwe.
Muntali, how would love to score against his former side for more reasons than one. Not just to win this derby, but just to show them that the reason I moved is because this year is the better side. Speaking of better side, during the week there was an interview on ZNBC where Luka Lungu was being talked to about this particular derby, and he says Luka Lungu is on the bench for Power. He says, well, most of these Nkana players playing for Power would probably be on the bench. An opportunity goes high, just about misses it there. Goalkeeper came out and just disturbed Walter Wale on that occasion.
He's currently on 6, looking for number 7. Walter Wale realizes that he can beat the back line of Lawrence Chungu and of course White Mwanawamba. He beats that speed trap and of course that line, and it just goes through. Really, it's in his favor, but unfortunately it was always going up.
Well then, anguish there. He knows he could have made the difference, and what a time it would have been also, just about the 20th minute. Larry Wally. Good turn, but then there's a foul again. So Power will have the advantage here. Just talking about Muntali being banned for 3 months. How we would love to get one on them.
Well, these cases will always be there. Anderson obviously explaining to his team that they should change their tactics. I think this game is too highly paced for tactics right now. It all comes down to individual brilliance and just picking your moments, picking the right part, pass, and of course picking the pockets, so to say.
Looking for Kelvin Muvanga, but a bit too much, and it goes out. White. White Simmons are there, being told to just have some space in between the defender Francis Kasonda and White are more or less standing in one line, and that means you can't be beaten by one move, really. I think that's what the coach is emphasizing there. Anderson Piri, who's being assisted by Alex Namazaro. It's a foul, so it's a free kick again to Nkana. Joseph Musonda just inside the 18 area, but a bit too much from Muzo on that occasion, so it goes out.
Nkana really need to maximize on the dead ball positions. They've had opportunity to just put it in the box. They really need to keep it simple. I think they're trying too much, trying too hard. They really need to work at their strengths and just try to pick up a goal.
Kelvin Muvanga again, they're really not using his pace on the flanks at times here, you feel.
Most certainly, and the combination of play between him and Patrick Piri should really come to a fruition. But they're giving him a lot of searching balls, putting it in the air.
Walter, is that a high boot there on Govenda? It's a throw in, it's a foul actually here of Walter. That 18, but again, very little conviction though, even as he was taking that one. The Nashana Malama under pressure there. Benson Sakala, very hard net to crack that. As Joseph Musonda clears it, and Francis Kasonda equally good here. Good chest control. Martin Piri, Kelvin Mwanga now chips it. The Nashana Malama does the business for his side. It's a throw in.
Leading from the front as the captain, he needs to clear those dangerous balls.
Larry Waller. Simwala Govenda being pulled down by Chishimba. It's a foul and the first yellow.
Giannis Kwaze has been holding back for a while now. He decides to put out his first yellow, and of course it will be given to Meben Chishimba.
Now Kelvin Mubanga Kampamba to take this. Chips it nicely. Goalkeeper comes and collects. Wow, he was looking to score there.
He was going for goal. He should have put a little bit more pace on that one and some power. And maybe he would have been saying it was the first goal.
As he brought down by Kasonde. Kasonde uses both feet actually, so his, I think he makes a very good central defender, because whichever way the ball lands, he will be able to control it. But now he needs to organize that defense of his, as Nkana is coming forward now with Shimba. Jacob Ngulubi has been instrumental. Nice pass there. Kasonde saves, and the fans are calling for a penalty. Simwala clears. Oh, big question that, but big call from Yanis Kazwe. As Power again go forward. Kennedy Mudenda now will collect. What a moment that though from Francis Kasonde. Larry Boyler chips into that 18, and again Joseph Musonda for the up 10th time just clears that one.
This was the earlier incidents where the pace was just inch perfect. That pass coming from Jacob Ngulube and being chased down by Freddy Shimenga. It was an incident of a little bit of ball to hand, so, you know, not so much intention. Janis Kaze deciding to allow play.
They allowed Benson Sakala to... it was actually Martin Peary there who just came and shot. But that incident there, I think it did hit the hand, but I think referee very right. Where was his hand supposed to be in the tackle? So really, it was a question of ball to hand. Comes into 18, Walter headed backwards, and goalkeeper came out though to head to punch that one, but not too far. Joseph Musonda now buccaneering forward, makes a pass. Little 1-2, but it's cleared in the end. So it's pressure on both ends. And no team has really taken control of this game between the two sides.
Most certainly, but two players who are notably not in the game for me so far. Simon Wadi, I've not seen a lot of him for Nkana, and of course Patson Daka. He really needs to have a lot of combinational play with Martin Peary.
Ball did go out, and I think we have seen very little of Simon Wadi. Very, very right. Equally Patson Daka, maybe involved in little 1-2s, but not enough. As Chungu pushes forward, pass on Daka, now maybe we'll see him, but the goalkeeper comes out. He's very tall, that Nkana goalkeeper Frederick Mwansa, and looks the part so far.
It's very, uses a lot of impulse and reaction, and you need that obviously as a goalkeeper. He can sense danger easily. 2 occasions now he's come out of the box. I think that's decent.
Little pass from Jacob Ngulube. I think so far little nice depth touches from the young midfielder. Long throw in, Donashano Malama will take this. Rest assured to be right in that 18 area. Bit too high, but the goalkeeper comes out and takes charge there, Alan Chibwe. Larry Waya drifted to the far left here, and he's got Mudenda up front, and he looks for him and he gets him, only he's in an offside position.
They're playing a very high line and obviously looking to cut the likes of Kennedy Mudenda offside. It was very close. I think Muntali must have been playing him onside as the ball was played. But then the linesman was obviously looking at his position at that moment. Kennedy Mudenda is not having a lot of daylight on the left flank. He should probably move to this side and swap with, Govenda Simwala maybe.
So happening in the midfield though, Larry Walia now chips it forward and is looking for Kennedy Mudenda, this time onside, and he has beaten his backer for pace. Now can he go past him though? He uses Chungu, who brings in the cross. Eventually cleared, but that was close. Very, very close there, but good clearance there from Mabin Chishimba.
He's in the thick of things, Mabin Chishimba. That contact there ensured that he didn't go to the back and maybe just give an opportunity to power. He got a yellow in the 23rd. He's really playing with heart. Just what you expect from a derby.
Throw in from Kelvin Walia. Simwala now. Chungu wide, Mudenda now. Under pressure, Mdenda, but gets Larry Walia. Chungu has now taken possession of Mdenda. Cross comes. Again, Joseph Musenda. To Chungu, beats his marker. Nicely done, brings in the cross. Everybody goes for it, but it goes wide in the end. I think it was Calvin Mubanga who couldn't control the direction to that ball there.
The pass is really perfect, and of course, Patson Daka should be running in that space, but unfortunately, he doesn't run in the right space. But you can obviously anticipate Kelvin Kampamba Muanga, but unfortunately, likewise, he was running just away from the ball. He should have been running towards it. The anticipation was not there, but great goalkeeping obviously coming through from Frederick Mwanza.
He claims that he was being pushed, but the referee having none of that, it's going to be a throw in to Nkana, and then Ashano Malama is coming to take this again. And Danashano comes back. It's going to be a long one, this. And we saw it earlier on, right in that 18 area. And there it is. Goalkeeper again collects, so almost like you're watching a repeat. So they need to, McDuff needs to change his tactic. Malama needs to take his tactic, you feel there. And long throw, it goes out. Little 1-2s there. Pushes it inside and goalkeeper comes and collects easily there on that occasion. Just from Christopher Muntali, a very long one that. Now, Benson Sakala to Kennedy Mdenda. Instrumental, Larry Walia. Denda was looking for the pass, but Larry Walia under pressure does a good job though. Denda bad first touch, but recovers it, goes out for a throw-in. Oh, it's still in play actually. Chungu pushes it forward now. Christopher Muntali to decide safety first.
Patson Daka and Martin Piri need to be playing a little bit closer.
Throw in, power. Patson Daka. Chungu crosses. A lot is happening from that flank. Chungu has been a very busy boy in this first half for Power Dynamos.
I was mentioning that maybe you should swap flanks. Obviously, Lawrence Chungu and Govenda Simwala. And you can almost see the movement coming through.
Nicely done inside. But again, good clearance from Govenda Simwala here. Very well done by Joseph Musonda. Goes forward. Brought down Jacob. It was Simon Walia there, but good play again from Joseph.
Well, in the middle of the pack is where it's happening once again. That was very dangerous because Simon Walia just hit in the back. He's lucky he didn't get a yellow card for that infringement.
Christopher Muntali. Arms high again. The two clear, but both sides, just both players just going, and none of them was shouting for the ball. Cross comes for power from Nkana here. Goalkeeper again comes and collects. So he has been a busy man, but nothing he can't handle there, it seems, so far.
Look, everything has been very routine in terms of saving Aaron Chiwe.
Joseph Musonda again. Then man-to-man on Martin Piri. On that occasion, he was offside and just about played 33 minutes in this El Copa derby here, which is arguably the biggest derby in the land. Of course, there's also always the small matter of Nkana and Maiton Freya Wanderers coming up next this Wednesday, actually. Cross a bit too much and it goes, but Simon Walia keeps it in play. Actually, Chip was looking for the goal there.
Maybe in Chishimba, maybe a little bit of Vazilas there, but this pass is a devilish pass. It just is asking for that contact, but unfortunately the movement in terms of Freddy Shimenga, Jacob Ngulube and Walter Walia is not there. Simon chases the ball. That's the most I've seen of him, chasing the ball obviously and looking to bring it back into play.
So far, two sides evidently cancelling each other out. Maybe the question is really what should they do, because now they seem to have got into a groove where they just know what to do when.
Maybe they should go back to the drawing board and employ what both the tactical directors in their teams have told them to do. Because I can't see any sort of attack play. They're not using the flanks fully. They're not using the center. It's more of individual brilliance, and let's take the ball forward. It will sort itself out.
Otawali has dropped, but again, nicely contested there with Lawrence Chungu, and he fouls him even. Power fans are excited about that.
Well, once again, the man who's been at the center of a lot of things that have happened this Walter Walia, he's really showing Lawrence Chungu a thing or two there in terms of physicality, but Chungu always just protecting the ball.
Mudenda Larry Walia combination there beginning to work. Larry Walia, nice chip inside, and now Chungu being pushed. Cross comes inside, and it comes and goes off completely. The cross is a bit disappointing, both ends.
Very disappointing. If there's anything they need to practice, it's basically that.
Chungu the culprit on that occasion. The ball bounces, and goalkeeper comes and easily picks. To Chungu again. It's been busy on that flank. Kennedy Mudenda. 0-1-2s. Martin Piri under pressure, but dispossessed. Jacob Nguluve doing his job silently, but very, very effective indeed. Foul.
Second yellow of the afternoon, and looks like Janis Kazwe will not be holding back. Sakala, obviously, they are being reminded who's boss, Benson Sakala. The holding midfielder looking to just push Simon Walia a little bit there. I don't think it was intentional, but it's the consistency in how many times he's made this foul.
So Benson Sakala there, confirmation, gets a card for Power Dynamos. So it's a one apiece where yellow cards are concerned, but the fans will be looking for goals. And in that instance, nothing has happened.
Anderson Piri always telling the players what to do, to pay attention, and obviously just
it's got to be a throw in. Larry Waller, just a deft touch there to Kelvin Mubanga. Intensity there coming through from Mabin Chishimba. Kelvin Mubanga. Chimba for company, beats him on this occasion. Cross comes in. But Govenda Simwala does a good job. Now Simon Walia in the middle.
the Wana Radiants, who picked up a point against Zesco just last week, are leading Zanaco by a goal to nil. Napsa likewise, with the man who's been given an ultimatum there. Obviously, sum of 3 matches, drawing the first one.
So interesting there. If Lumwana Radiance actually does come through and win against Zanaco, that would be Zanaco's first loss, but it's early days, only but the first half. But Radiance proving to be very difficult out at home, out in Solwezi. So teams will be wary of going there, though of course it's a long trip, so that at times could be the complaint. But Kelvin Kampamba now. Tako Shimba does a good job. See what he's trying to do there, but nicely put off by Govenda Simwala as they clear their lines with White Simonza in that defense power. Simon, one touch there to Simenge. Martin Piri. Kennedy Mudenda on those flanks. Because looks like there's an offside decision there.
Well, offside, the trap is always being made, obviously, by the power outfit. But I think that wasn't even offside. As the ball was being played, I think the movement coming through from Walter Warrior was just perfect. He beat the offside trap. But hey, I have the luxury of a replay, and the fourth official doesn't have that luxury, as well as the second official there, Mr. Banda.
Jacob Ngulube again. Francis Kasonde does a good job there on Walter. Shano Malama kind of dropped a bit the pace of the game. Don't think they were going to manage to maintain that pace though. Kennedy Mudenda goes past his man. Danashano gets possession, but as always, wow, that is how does he just point at the referee in that fashion? Oh, Danashano, he should know better. He tried to cut that out, surely.
Familiarity breeds contempt. The captain, obviously, of Nkana really should not be talking to the referee like that. Donashano Malama picks up the yellow card. And there he was. Kennedy Mudenda had him beaten for pace. Donashano Malama put his leg in there and he's claiming he got the ball, but he got the man first before the ball. If anything, there was no contact with the ball.
In fact, he simply went and blocked Kennedy Mudenda off the ball. But that finger there should not be wagging in the direction of the most important man on the pitch.
Unnecessary yellow. That might lead, obviously, in a game like this to a second yellow, which would put him on a red. He will be hoping to just be disciplined.
He has to be now. Smaller inside. Nicely done, pass on Daka. The 18, he goes down off a push there, shot. Wale! Kennedy Mudenda makes the difference here. Oh, they've come and done it here. Power Dynamos scoring in the 40th minute. Kennedy Mudenda, after a little bit of toss on the right, easy does it. He just saw where the goalkeeper was. Frederick Monson put it on the other side, and it's the yellow boys here who are excited, who are up and down and just about on cloud 9.
It was, of course, started by that man there, Patson Daka. He goes down, a little bit of confusion, and the ball is put into the box by Govenda Simwala. Denda is left alone there, and I think the defensive duo of Mebin Shimba and Joseph Musonda was not paying attention. And obviously, it all started from that unnecessary yellow card that was picked up by Donashano Malama. And it just led to this, I think, Mudenda pouncing. And again, we've seen that lacklusterness of the third choice goalkeeper in Frederick Mwanza. We've been talking about it. He's been playing well, but he's not number 1. He's not number 2. He is number 3, and it showed right there.
So then, at the home of Nkana Football Club, looks like the Nkana faithful have to wait a bit more here, because it's Nkana Football Club 0, Power Dynamos 1. So, Kennedy Mudenda comes and does the business. We'll feel that there's still one whole half to play. Nkana, only that I don't think this is what they were looking at when they woke up this morning. They were thinking they would be the ones to score and probably go ahead and add on a couple more, but it's not happening yet. And an opportunity for Kennedy Mudenda, uses his space, Muntali on him, but he was too close to him. Kennedy Mudenda trying to bring in that cross, and it goes out. Really, that was just hoping against hope, but Muntali stood strong. Throw in here. Chungu, nicely done. The quick turn here, shoots from there, ricochets, but opportunity. Piri! Again, it's Joseph Musonda, and now it's Christopher Muntali, who eventually does clear, and it goes out. So pressure and relenting here from Power Dynamos.
Martin Piri had an opportunity to obviously give it a little bit of a snapshot there, but it was always difficult owing to the fact that Musonda was just there and putting some cover, but Power really moving around with their tails in the air.
Cross comes, and it's now Kennedy Mudenda again on the flank being pursued here. So Power now
Well, there's a man down away from the screens, obviously, and Janice Caswell will have to run and probably see what's going on in that instance.
It's maybe in Chishimba, the overlapping fullback for Nkana, who got injured. And they're being asked to just take him outside off the pitch for a bit of repair there, but it's 0-0 on that first game involving Kwazi Wanderers, Green Buffaloes 0-0. That's a big game as well. Red Arrows, Cabo Warriors still. And Lumwana Radiance against Zanaco. Well, Zanaco has come back and gotten that equalizer.
Isaac Chansa obviously has scored one, and the maturity comes to play, and that's what Power will be looking for here, some maturity to just come play down.
William Azir was being talked to by the referee on that occasion, but fair play there from Nkana's strong man, Tanashano Malama, as Power fans are on cloud 9. So too this man, Anderson Perry. Of course, the outside sauna kind of deceives you, but I'm sure there's a bit of somersaults from within when they got that goal from Kennedy Mudenda. And Kennedy Mudenda is on the ball again. Has to cross that one, does. Martin Peary a bit too much in that 18 area. Could have just shot, but it's cleared off the line though by Chishimba. Brought down. The referee decides there's no penalty there. Power fans not happy. Joseph Musonda now easy does it. He beats his man to the ground. And Simon Walia, one touch. Fred Chimenge sends it wide to Gudi Maziba. A touch, and again Chungu does a good job. It's Larry Walia. Chip inside, Kennedy Mdenda is having a game, Kennedy. And it's closely marked by McDuff Chungu. Kelvin Mwanga goes past 3 players, but Christopher Muntali is a bit smarter on that occasion. Simon Walia now. Again, is being pursued. Referee call brings this first half to a close here at Nkana Stadium, and what a game this has been. It's your typical El Kopala, and Kennedy Mudenda though has been the man that has made the difference. Shano Malama, the captain, getting himself a yellow card. Very, very strong in the middle of the park there, and Kennedy Mudenda though is the man of the moment, has gotten the goal in this El Kopala, and it doesn't get any bigger than this where goals are concerned. So then, at Nkana Stadium here on the Copper Belt, it's Nkana Football Club 0, Power Dynamos 1. Join us again for the second half.
The first half has come and gone, and it has delivered one goal scored by Kennedy Mudenda in the 41st minute of the Kito derby. It is Kalampa Nkana Football Club nil and Power Dynamos nil. Now, one interesting statistic is that the last time Power Dynamos beating Nkana by 1-0 at this venue, it was again Kennedy Mudenda who scored. Only that this time around, the goal has come in the 41st minute, but in 2008, Kennedy Mudenda did score. It ended 1-0, and that goal came in the 14th minute of the match. Whether that will be the result that will obtain at the end of the game, we'll wait and see. Now, Mukamba Mwenda Jr. joins me on pitch side, and halftime 1-0 in favor of Power.
Well, I think it was a scrappy game. Power scoring because they picked up on an opportunity. It's one of those games where you couldn't even see the tactical approach from both teams. It was high pace from the beginning. I think it didn't help anybody.
It didn't help anybody because there was so much in terms of the game that was, in terms of the chances that were created. Yes, not very exciting at some point, you might say.
Not exciting, and I think it came down to the passing game and them employing themselves. I think they just needed to have a lot of awareness and composure, both teams. And the goal came because the combination of play on the flank obviously was a little bit too much. Kampamba and obviously Mudenda running into the space. Nkana started off badly because Donashano Mulama shouldn't have been speaking to the referee in that fashion. That's where the goal came from. But then again, everything will obviously come to fruition in the second half.
All right, let's give you a summation of how the first half was, because highlights there were plenty there. Let's start with this chance that came through Nkana's way, and it was Power Dynamos rather who brought in that cross opportunity for Lariwa. You did talk about how he takes these shots, this former K-Stars player. Well,
he's brilliant. He picks his place, and he obviously goes for placement there. And if you look what he was looking to do, it was always going through. And the goalkeeper, Frederick Mwanza, had no answer to that shot. But fortunate for him, it was always going wide. I think he didn't wrap his foot around the ball too much.
All right, and that was a chance that Power Dynamos had in the opening exchange. But on the other side, action moved very fast from one end to the other because the Power Dynamos goal custodian, Alan Chiwe, had to be called to duty. And the more reason why is the first choice ahead of Joshua Titima.
Well, Alan Chiwe has really been proving the critics wrong. The pass comes through. He was a snapshot. I think he needed to react there. And what makes good goalkeepers is impulse. You need to be very impulsive and anticipate the danger there. I mean, there's a lot of distance between him and the near post, but he covers very well.
All right, and also you're talking about reflexes. I think credit should go to Chiwe. Question marks about how this Power defense was lining up.
Most certainly, I think the Power defense leaves much to be desired. They've not played well. Nkana has not punished them. The delivery on both sides has not been really good, but hey, the most important number is 1.
All right, and of course we're talking about the several changes that have been made in terms of the Power Dynamos defense setup, but question marks again about the Power Dynamos defense came through because Walter Wale was so far scored 6 goals from Nkana Football Club. The former Forest Rangers striker had an opportunity to probably put this one behind the back of the net.
Well, he leaves his marker left for dead, and you can see Chiwe there obviously anticipating the danger, and that's the only reason Walter didn't score there, because the goalkeeper really got out of his line and realized that he needed to come out. The chip was there, but it wasn't just perfect, and you can appreciate the fact that he was doing all this in the air. So there's very little you can do. He couldn't control play and then try to chip the goalkeeper. So it was okay coming from him. The pressure, obviously, brilliant from the striker.
The reaction, obviously, coming through from the goalkeeper must be credited for that one. But the defining moment so far in the first half came through when Kennedy Mudenda, a bit of charitable set up in terms of the defense, the way the Nkana players were lined up. But you can take us through, Muka.
Well, it starts off with Govenda there. He passes the ball, and Patsen Daka goes. He falls and brings that confusion. Govenda passes the ball, and it goes to Kennedy Mudenda, who connects with play. And you can clearly see why Nkana are using a third choice goalkeeper, because the maturity is not there. I mean, it's expected to be beaten in a game, but not in that fashion. I think he saw the ball coming. He didn't even anticipate to parry it.
But again, question marks. I still want to draw attention to this because there are 5 defenders there. You can see no one was picking up Kennedy Mudenda and Mark there.
Well, the problem came in because the most prolific player so far in terms of defense for Nkana is Joseph, and Joseph has been put on the flanks. He was playing to defend the ball from obviously Govenda on that right flank, but more importantly, the problem came from Donashano Malama.
Wow. They have to do a lot of talking, I guess. I presume that's the talk that is happening in the two dressing rooms, especially in the Nkana one. But let's show you how the first half panned out in terms of the statistics, because the most important statistics, Mawad, Power Dynamos away, leading by 1-0. Look at the goal attempts, 9 for Power. That must be disappointing. Only 1 behind the back of the net.
Well, both the teams have not really utilized half chances or opportunities to score. Power has had at least 2-3 chances. They've buried 1, but they've been very disappointing, both teams in front of goal.
51% ball possession from Nkana, 49 for Power Dynamos. We've got 2 yellow cards from Nkana. A question of probably tempers coming into the Nkana setup.
A little bit of that and frustration as well. I think when Nkana started, they dominated a lot of play, but unfortunately nothing came out of it. And this Power side just waited for them. They settled down and they've managed to score a goal.
Action areas, Munka, your interpretation for that?
Well, nothing much to write home about in terms of action as far as I'm concerned, because where I want to see the action, it's not there in the final third. I mean, in the middle of the park, it's very physical. Players' tempers are flaring, but truth be told, we'll see a lot in the second half, because if the first half is anything to go by.
All right, and very quickly also, let's talk about also the other results. I know that Zanaco are 1-0. Lumwana look like a difficult side to beat at home in Northwestern Province.
Well, from what we are gathering right now is that there's a lot of tempers up for Zanaco. Their team doctor has been sent off. Isaac Chancellor was given a yellow card. And really, Lumwana, after picking up a point against Zesco, they'll do a lot to pick up a point or even 3 points against Zanaco.
All right, no changes made in the first half by either side, and that tells you one thing, that maybe the two teams' coaches, Anderson Piri and Albert Chiange, content. Let's start with Nkana. They are down. Who do you fancy might be introduced?
Well, I'll straight on go to Shadrack Musonda. He's somebody who can come through and make some changes, because I've not seen a lot of Simon Wali. I don't even know why Shadrack didn't start. So that's a player you can probably see coming on and playing. In terms of defense, Given might come in. He's been playing well. He was obviously substituted to make some tactical changes for Nkana. If we take it to the Nkana, to the Power outfit, well, there's a lot of abundance in terms of players that can come in, but 2 to be precise. And I think Fuayo is not fully match fit, but he's somebody who can give Nkana problems. Luka Lungu as well. Patson Daka has disappointed me in this game. I mean, him and Simon Walia should probably exchange notes during halftime. They were not anywhere close to the games. They've really played terrible football for both their teams. If there are any changes that I would make if it were me, Fuayo Tembo, Luka Lungu would come on for Patson Daka, and of course Simon Walia I would remove and bring in Shadrack Musonda.
I like the word if, because Muka is definitely not coach from Nkana or Power Dynamos, but maybe for some social club in terms of football. But now let's talk about I like the first 5 minutes of the game. Nkana are down. What sort of approach do you expect from them?
Well, I'd expect them to really just use what they've had all season long in terms of strength. Pass the ball, use the flanks. Gili Manziba is a brilliant player on the flanks. Let him move to the center. I think the movement between him and Walter Walia has always been perfect in games. But for some reason, we've not seen a lot of that this afternoon. The position of play, Freddie Chimanga is obviously not also pressing the flanks. So in terms of the midfielding duo, they really need to give support to the attacking
And for
third.
Power Dynamos?
Well, Power Dynamos should continue what they've been doing. Just frustrating.
Come on, you didn't tell me the prediction at the start of this build-up. I think this is an opportunity. I'll still ask the same question.
Well, I will still tell you, it's all about heart. The team that puts their heart on their sleeve will win this one.
So who has put it so far?
I would say both of them.
All right, it's halftime here, and of course it's that 41st minute goal by Kennedy Mudenda. Something reminiscent to what happened in 2008 when Power Dynamos beating Nkana by 1-0. We take a very short ad break. The second half is up with Innocent Kalaluka and Mukamba Mwenda Jr. Keep it here on the World of Champions Super Sports.
Welcome back to this second half here in Kitwe. It is the El Kopala and Nkana Football Club, the home sides, trailing Power Dynamos by a goal to nil, courtesy of Kennedy Mudenda, as Gianni Sikasu just blows his whistle for the second half. Nkana all to play for now. They need to get that equalizer, and hopefully they can get that win as far as that concerned, because they are the home side. But Power Dynamos so far have enjoyed quite a decent half of in the first half, where they did dominate play, really, though it was kind of swinging like a pendulum for most part of the game, because two sides really getting at each other's throat, and rather physical game also. 3 yellow cards in the process from Nkana, maybe into Shimba. Donashano Malama, in a way expected. Donashano very he's a quintessential hard man in midfield that every team needs. Benson Sakala equally holding midfielder, getting himself on a card for his side. But it's a long throw in now here to be taken by Donashano, as always for Nkana. It comes high again, hanging, but it's cleared. Shimba shoots just wide. So then goes out for a corner though. So just as the first half was here, it's all Nkana that are starting strongly, and they'll be hoping that they will be able to get that equalizer quick enough. Shimba takes this, it comes, goalkeeper comes out, Pirates it, Kennedy Mudenda helps out, Jacob Gulube spreads it wide, Guli Maziba dispossessed. Piri does a good job here, but eventually Jacob Gulube been very impressive today in this first half for his side. It's going to be a throw-in for Power, that not so much in a hurry now. They are leading as Govenda Sumala takes that. White, Monabamba and Francis Kasonde have been close to impeccable in the center for Power. Kasonde now. A bit too much. I think it went out here. Yes, it did. And no change in personnel, so Mukamwende.
Definitely no change in personnel. Expect a couple of changes with 10 or 15 minutes into the game. I think Power will be happy to allow Nkana to attack them, and just should be probably a controlled play in the second half, because both teams were really pushing the matter too much in the first half, the first 5 minutes, to no great, obviously, result.
But save for the Power goal though, and that one nicely done, and just about creeping. But of course, Frederick Mwanza had that one covered.
Well, Mwanza had that one covered, and it's hit by obviously the captain, Francis Kasonde. He's played some decent football for the national team, and we've seen a lot of players who played for the national team come back into reckoning for probable call-up, owing to the fact that Zambia is still looking to qualify to a lot of tournaments.
Well then, almost confusion in that 18.
Well, confusion to the fact that that would have probably been an own goal, because the ball just, I don't know if it ricocheted off his foot or something.
Walter Walia now. It's got to be a throw in. Francis Kasonde is the most player that has played the most derbies amongst the players that are on the pitch. Francis Kasonde has been around for quite a long time, so he definitely holds that record.
Well, there it is. Benson Sakala needs to really watch his play, but fortunate for him, earlier on in the first half he would picked up a yellow card, but you know, he's been at the bad end of tackles on him, not him actually infringing tackles, because if there are any players who are in danger of being sent off, he is one of them. Donashano Malama and maybe Chisimba.
So Anderson Piri so far enjoying a good start to his career as the head coach for Power. Kennedy Mudenda now drifted back and quickly cut inside. He's got a man to beat. Couple of step over the nice cross, but it's always Joseph Musonda in the center there does a good job. Maziba tries to cut inside, but again Sumwala does a good job there. Joseph Musonda really been man-mountain defense from Nkana.
He's been had a very decent afternoon, and I think one of the reasons why they considered a goal is that he didn't have any cover when he left that middle of the pack. But Joseph has vast experience, and every time you see him, you just can't help but remember him being lifted to obviously pick up his medal.
Then Ashana Walama tries to chip it inside, and again it's Ngulube. Simenga now cuts. Opportunity to shoot, he does, but two defenders there. And eventually they do clear their lines, or do they now? I think that's a handball.
Handball. Freddie Shimenge obviously is the guilty party. It will be a throw-in for a free kick for Power, and a substitution as well. Nkana will be looking to bring on somebody to just make some changes, and that is, of course, Musonda. Now, I'm surprised that Gili Manziva is the one who's midway.
Gili Manziva makes way for Shadrack Musonda. I'm looking for pace, really like for like, because Shadrack and Gili Manziva play on the wing, both of them, so not much change, but maybe just fresh legs to just liven up proceedings on the flanks. Shadrack Musonda now, the newcomer. Oh, but being shown how it's being done here as it's cleared by Simwala. Shadrack, like we observed, always has a patch just above his left eye.
I think it's fashionable where he comes from.
At least we can makes it easy for us to identify him up here in the commentary box. Jacob Ngulube just pushes into the 18 though. And eventually they clear. Lawrence Chungu. Here being held by Christopher Muntadia. Play allowed to go on, nicely laid past that. But a bit too much though for Patson Daka. Managed to keep it in. Larry Walia to Patson. Somebody has to drop it in that 18 area where the likes of Martin Piria are laying in wait. Larry Walia, nice touch. It's all Power now. Should be said about Power, one of the best passing teams in the league. And Shanomalam almost shoved off the ball there, but stands strong. Chung. Shimba. Not being marked here, and Guinness in the middle, Ngulube. The center circle spreads it. Does a bad job though. Chungu does a bad job equal and goes down, but eventually goes out for a throw into Nkana.
Well, Nkana really pushing the matter. They do not want to leave this place with a loss, them playing at home. More so that the Republican president is here to watch alongside the Nkana faithfuls.
Well, you don't want to lose on such a huge occasion. Jacob Ngulube, Haribara went for that. Frederick Mwansa. Is it actually Alan Chibwe rather? Was tall and commanding his area. Ball goes up for a throw into Nkana. So Nkana, very, very quick change from the home side.
Well, Agrechiengi obviously looking to just put more impetus on the flanks, and that's where they've not really maximized. So that means that Shadrack Musonda will be looking to actually push the matter on the flanks. Now, Musonda did play in the game against Green Buffaloes, and he's one to always just deliver probably some deadly balls.
Now again in that 18, Simon Walia cross comes, but eventually is cleared again. Overhead kick, Kasonde clears it, but Simon Walia went for the acrobatics there, but did not work. Looks like he was caught off as well.
Well, the ball was always bouncing in the air, so anything was expected, and very attentive Yanis Kazwe. But I honestly think that was an offside.
No, Simon was coming from the offside. So he was coming in, but he went in and attempted to get the overhead kick. So that's what puts him in that offside position.
Martin Piri has had a busy day at the office. Probably the gap between him and Patson Daka should be reduced if they should have any sort of glory in this game here.
Walter Walia, brilliant ball control there, and spreads it wide to Shadrack Musonda now. Shadrack cuts inside, beats his mark again, but maybe Bitten every bit too much than he can chew here as Danashano Malamalo spreads the ball. Gulube beats his marker in the 18 area, but Kasonde easy on the ball and just has that one cleared. So they are pushing the issue here now in Nkana Football Club, the home side. They are pushing the issue, and looks like Agrechiengi will not wait any further. He's looking to bring on another substitution, and looks like it's Spencer Ngalande who will come on. And if you look at how Nkana are playing, they really feel that they deserve to win this game. Oh, should result in goals though. Cross comes, and nothing doing there, and it goes out again for a throw-in. So Agrechiengi wants to make a change. Agrechiengi himself, during his heydays, made his name at Power Dynamos. Turns out that really just shows how closely connected these two sides are, and that's how come there's so much animosity sometimes in these local derbies, because Agrechiengi powers through and through, and then he comes and coaches Nkana to great effect. Spencer Ngalande comes in, and Simon Walia, like you had anticipated, comes out not the best game that we've seen him play, Simon. So he's out. Well, they waited a little bit, the technical bench of the Nkana team, so maybe they felt he had a better game than Gili Manziba. But again, if you're going to put in the likes of Spencer Ngalande and obviously Shadrack Musonda, that means you're looking to maximize on the flanks, but you need men in the center. So that means that Walter Walia will have to be a busybody in that pocket. Shadrack Musonda now on the flank. Bubbles there as Larry Walia just comes away with it. Kelvin Mubanga. Again, Power proving very stubborn there as Christopher Muntali again. Shadrack Musonda was cut deep inside. The downside to playing such a high pressing game is that if Martin Piri gets the ball and he has pace on him, he can just hit you on a counter attack, and against the run of play you can concede. Well, of course, Christopher Muntali and Joseph Musonda, not the fastest players on the pitch, definitely in that central defense for Nkana. So on the counter they can be caught, found wanting, you feel. Well, the pass was almost inch perfect, but once again, it's always drifting out. Even if there was contact there, I'm very sure that Alan Chiwe would have just covered for it. But a brilliant play coming through from Spencer Ngalande. That's what's expected of him, obviously, on the flanks. Him and his other substitute compatriot, obviously, in form of Shadrack Musonda on the left. Well, you can see what he was trying to do there with that deft touch, Kelvin Kampamba. Joseph Musonda looks bemused, and looks bemused indeed, because he's actually getting a yellow card, or is he the one with the card? It is Joseph Musonda. He doesn't seem to understand why. Maybe you can explain to us, Mukapola. Well, it all comes down to the fact that there was contact from Joseph Musonda on the man. He stopped him from obviously running into space, and unfortunately that amounted to a yellow card. Larry Walia was looking to actually run through the space and get a pass from Kelvin Kampamba Muwanga. Joseph Musonda was, what's the term that is normally used? He was impeding progress. But hey, that expression from him was Oscar winning. You kind of felt that he didn't do a thing, but turns out he did actually. I've always felt that if there's one thing that footballers can do very well is act. So either go to Bollywood, Hollywood, or even Nollywood, because the simulation that we see, the reactions from players, if you made a monologue, it would be very interesting. Wow. Kelvin Mubanga, what is he doing on that flank? Talk about showboating. Unfortunately, Mubanga then concedes a free kick. Let me show you what I have. We're leading by 1-0. Mubanga telling Mebin Chishimba there, and his showboating unfortunately leads to nothing. Well, he really won't mind though. He's down. Injured though. Can't really tell whether it was from that challenge. He's being helped back on his feet. He's having a field day. This is his former side. He was playing for them just the other season, so he's playing against them here, and is very happy to be on the winning side.
These two sides still are obviously separated by the Ndola Kitwe duo carriageway. You're either on the yellow side of Kitwe, which is Power, or the red side, which is Nkana.
Free kick here, a bit too much, but goes on to Kennedy Mudenda, or does it? It goes out in the end. Some of the free kicks that we've seen here leave a lot to be desired.
Most certainly, and you know, you were talking about players who've played for both teams, coaches who've played for both teams and coaching another team. I must add that I wonder how the conversation is like when it comes to the Chungu game, the Chungu house, I beg your pardon.
Zanaco in the game against Lumwana Radiants actually have gone there without their coach Numba Mamba, who lost a brother. Matthew Mamba was being buried today, so Numba Mamba did not travel. Just he'll be pleased if his team does not lose. They won a piece, at least the last time we checked, against Lumwana out in Lumwana.
I think the football fraternity in Zambia has also in the recent past lost some notable people. Porchela, Go Pocha, always was very good in the air. I was put to rest during the course of the week.
Go Pocha, extraordinaire. He used his, most of his goals came from the header. And I remember those days we were playing football and they're like, well, just do a capochela, that's to say, hit the ball.
Just hit the ball, eh?
Oh, yeah. Did quite well. Not as much for the national team, but he did get a couple of goals. But really, for Mighty Fira Wanderers, was such a player.
He was a player, and a lot of these lads here playing today would do well to watch some of his old games, because they're not doing so much when it comes to corners and using their heads.
Using their heads to hit the ball.
Yeah, to hit the ball.
Thank you very much. Shadrach Musonda now on the flank, brings in the cross, heads. Nkana has got the equalizer here, and it looks like it's Shadrach Musonda, the substitute. What an inspired substitution. You would have had the pin drop when they conceded, but boy, what noise we have here. It's actually the youngster Jacob Ngulube who heads that one.
He clearly had what we were saying when we're talking about Porchela. The placement is perfect, and he uses his head to change the trajectory of the ball. The pass comes through, obviously, from Shadrach Musonda. It's inch perfect. It's one of those deafening passes. It's put in the box in the pocket, and the young man just does impeccably. That is, of course, Jacob Ngulube. Brilliant play. It was always rising and dipping at the right moment. It's one apiece in the Kitwe derby.
Well then, that's how you use your head. He does the Porchela, like we were just saying. So it's Nkana 1, Power Dynamos 1. Shadrach Musonda now takes the ball one. Now we've got a game on our hands. Yet again, we're back to where it all started. But they've brought the house down here as the boys chipped inside into 18 area again. Now they're overlapping again with Nkana's Magdaf Chungu. He forces the issue, a player goes down, is that a foul? The referee allows for play to go. It was very close, really. And is asking for the stretcher, so he did not blow because maybe he was playing advantage. Very sure there could be a card here. It was right in the center.
Most certainly very dangerous play coming through, and there it is. It is really something that would leave you off. It's Lawrence Chungu, obviously, who receives Freddy Chimenge's. As a matter of fact, it's Spencer Ngalande.
Was it now? Spencer Ngalande was substitution already made for Power. Larry Bwalia comes out for Victor Kashitu. So while all this is going on, substitute for Power Dynamos.
Well, this was the incident once again, and of course that tackle there was always late.
But was there contact really? I think he played to that Magdaf Chungu. He definitely was very minimal contact to warrant that kind of.
Magdaf left his leg obviously trailing. And there it is. There's contact with the ball and the foot, but I honestly don't think it was that bad, but he was just milking it for everything it was worth.
Yes, the contact really, well, almost back to live action here. And it's Power Dynamos who have been fouled, but it's quickly taken. So Power now not hanging around after conceding. We certainly have a game on our hands. Tell you that, as Kelvin Mwanga now is not going to do a lot of that playing around with the ball. Spread the ball wide. Kennedy Mudenda looking for Kennedy Mudenda, but that's cleared by McDuff Chungu, and the fans are loving that. Throw in Kennedy Mudenda now. It's all square here in the El Kopala. Chungu again brings down Martin Peary. You could see he was looking in the direction of the referee, hoping there was no card. And the push forward. Walter heads it back, and there was a push on him though, so it's a foul. And again, quickly done. Shoots, and a miss there, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Power really need to concentrate, otherwise Nkana will punish them. Nkana have the momentum, certainly great pace coming from the likes of Freddy Chimenga, and of course the new entrants in this game, Spencer Ngalande and Shadrack Musonda.
Kelvin Mwanga. And then into 18 yards, a bit of a push. The goalkeeper almost being caught out there. But Frederick Mansa recovered very well there to collect.
He allowed the ball to bounce. I don't even know why.
It's foul Power. And Govenda Smala leaves that one. That's on the chips, but a bit too much. He's looking for Kennedy Mudenda. Then Ashano Malama pushes it, just puts it forward. Nicely done by young Jacob Pongulube. Inside! Oh! Goalkeeper makes the save, but what instinctive predatory skills there from the top man.
Well, he scored 6 goals so far. You wouldn't really not think that he's going to score another one.
Well, yeah, certainly Walter were on 7 goals, or almost making it 8. Throw in, Joseph Musonda takes. Shadrack Musonda. From one Musonda to the other. Shadrack wants to go past Smoala, but Smoala keeps his eyes on the ball. Kelvin Mwanga cuts inside. Oh, nicely spread though from Victor Kashitu. Kashitu again in possession. He just fitted in very well since coming in as a substitute. Kasonde, they're being booed, Power Dynamos players, but we expect that they're playing at Nkana. And everything that Nkana will do will be cheered on. But our job not yet done here. They need to get that second goal. Anderson Peary knows it's crunch time. Bounces off here. Still Quasi Green Eagles 0-0 here. Mfulira Wanderers is down to Green Buffaloes.
Shira scoring in that one there, and Nakambala holding Lusaka Dynamos at home. Red Arrows obviously taking on Cabo.
Radiance one, Zanaco has come through and gotten that goal, so they are in the lead here out in Lumwana. Lumwana very strong at home, but Zanaco really very strong this season.
Fashion Sakala scoring that second goal, adding on to Isaac Chancellor's goal, so they lead Lumwana Radiance. Zanaco have not lost a game so far this season. They only drew against Power in midweek. So I think Nkana will do well to obviously listen to whispers of what's going on around the country.
Well, Fashion Sakala, 2 goals in 3 games so far. And think he too is beginning to come into his own zone for Zanaco, and they'll be happy for that because they really don't have an out-and-out striker. That was the main concern for them, even at continental level, and that's how come they were booted out. But now, seemingly, Mamba and company are beginning to mold some of those midfielders and wingers into strikers of note, Fashion Sakala being one of them. Now, Kashitu again goes out for a throw in. It's Nkana. Well, Nkana not capitalizing on that momentum that they had just after getting that equalizer, though.
Well, we can owe it to the fact